Hi, my name is Sushil. In this video, I will show you how to install Magento 2.4.5 on your Windows 11 machine. So, let's get started. Installing Magento 2.4.5 on Windows 11 machine is the most common question asked by many of my colleagues, friends, and a lot of people on the Facebook group. So I decided to make a video. For this demonstration, I will be using a fresh installation of Windows 11, and we need to make sure that our Windows is up to date, otherwise it will show an error. So let us see step by step how to install from the very beginning to the working latest version of Magento. Before we get started, we need to make sure our Windows 11 is up to date and we have activated the virtual machine platform and Windows Sub Linux 2 in our Windows configuration. So let's see how we can change that. First we will try to install Ubuntu 22 and see. So there it's showing an error because we have not configured our virtual machine platform and WSL 2 yet, so it is showing an error, and while debugging we will see that it has provided a documentation link which we can open in a browser, and you need to make sure that you have followed all the given steps in this page. So let's see one by one. By default, let's open it. Okay, so there are a couple of steps given in this page, like step 1 to step 5, so you need to make sure that you have followed all the steps. Okay, so here I think I have already done many configuration, but you can follow that, and still it will show an error because my Windows is not up to date yet. Even I have used the latest version of ISO file. Yesterday itself I installed it, but still I have to update the latest updates from Windows. So there is a link given somewhere. I will find it. Yeah, here it is. So let's open the URL and it will bring me to the all available updates to install. So we need to make sure that all the updates are already installed by clicking install all button. We will wait for a couple of minutes and then we need to restart our computer. While updating Windows, we will double check that our other configurations are already done or not. For example, enable the Windows sub system for Linux. So let's go to our control panel. We will see Windows feature and make sure that this is already checked or not. All you need to do is, if it's unchecked, all you need to do is just check to activate, and then it will automatically download the required package in the updates and install it for you. Well, so all the updates are already installed, and now we need to restart our PC and we will get back. Alright, so we are back. Let's try to install Ubuntu 22 again in our system. So we'll go to Microsoft Store, search for Ubuntu, we'll choose the right version, Ubuntu 22 for example, and this time it's being installed. So last time we had finished the downloading, it was already stored in our machine, and right now you can see the installation is successful. So that's it, we have all installed Ubuntu in our Windows 11 PC. So let me show you how you can run Ubuntu WSL in your Windows 11 PC. We will click Windows key and open Windows terminal using this drop down, and using this drop down we can choose Ubuntu. You can also launch it directly if you want to. To install Magento 2, we need to make sure that we have installed nginx, php-mysql and elasticsearch, etc. So we can okay, so we will see each installation step by step. Now we will see nginx installation and local domain configuration. To do that, we'll go back to our terminal and type the sudo apt update command. This will install all the updated repository and make our Ubuntu system up to date. So you can see it's almost done. Now we will install nginx using sudo apt install command. We will hit yes and it will install nginx in our system. Right, now we need to restart start this nginx server. To do that, we will type service nginx start. It started now. To test this, we will open our browser and type localhost. It says welcome to nginx. It means our nginx service is running properly now. Next, we need to configure a local nginx website for our Magento installation. For that, we will go to cd etc/nginx set sites available directory. Here we can see default nginx sites configuration. To create a new site, we can create a file called magento.conf using nano magento.conf. And now we will paste the code as shown on the screen. Okay, that's it, and we can save and close. And now we need to enable this site, so we'll go to sites enable directory. And we can create a symbolic link using a command like ln-s, then one step back, then sites available directory, and then magento.conf and the current directory. So here the file is created. We can take a look at the symbolic link using ls-l command. Now we need to make sure that the directory is already created, which is used in our local nginx site configuration. So here we will go to var www/html folder, and then we can create a new folder called Magento 2. In the final step of creating local nginx site, we need to add Magento local site configuration in our Windows host file. To do that, we will go to start and we will open Notepad as an administrator, and from file we can choose open. We'll go to C drive, Windows, System32, drivers, etc, show all files, and edit the host file. Over here we can copy any value, like this is the URL, and we'll remove the hash. So and we can copy the same URL which was used in our nginx site, and we can also optionally include www version of the site. We can save the changes and then we will install the nginx later on. Now we will see how to install PHP 8.1 for Magento. So to do that, we will go back to our Ubuntu side. We will copy the following sudo apt install php command along with the following modules. It will run all the Magento required PHP in our Ubuntu server. So let's wait a couple of minutes to finish the installation. Now the installation is completed. We will find our php-ini configuration and make some required changes. To do that, we will find that file using this command. It's grep command, which you can write something like this. It will show you exact location of your php-ini file. This is the default file location in Ubuntu. So you can also remember, you don't need to find every time. So now we can edit this file using nano and the file. Here we need to update the settings like memory limit, and here are some details which we need to modify. We'll find one by one, and we need to make sure that it have enough resource allocation to execute the PHP process, so Magento can run locally. So by default here I have already disabled the PHP memory limit, so that's fine. I can also change the max input variable to something like 5000. Also max input time I will increase to almost 10 times what we have, and execution time will be also adjusted to some values like this. It's enough for, it's too enough actually. We are not worrying about the optimizing PHP, but just to make sure that it runs locally in the development environment. Now we also need to find like upload max size, what we call. So I will find it, try to find upload something like that, upload max maybe. Okay, here we go. It's a upload max size. I will increase this to 128 maybe. Okay, and then this is fine. I will search for this other additional setting called zlib. So I will search for it. It may take a couple of minutes to find out. Oh, here you go. So we can change from off to on like this. And there is another thing called real path cache size. We'll find and try to update this as well. I will set this to 10 MB at least, and enable the by removing the comment. And the real path cache TTL limit to something like this. Yeah, this is enough. Okay, let's save the file, and we will restart our PHP configuration. To restart PHP configuration, we need to type service php-8.1-fpm and then restart. First time I'm doing, so I will type start for now. Now we'll install MySQL server. So to do that, we will type sudo apt install mysql server, and here it will install all the required packages in our system. We will wait till the installation is finished. Our MySQL installation is finished, so we will start the service by typing service mysql start command. It will start the MySQL service in Ubuntu system. Now we need to change the password for the root user. To do that, we will log into MySQL server using MySQL command, and here we can type the alter root command to change the password. So it looks something like that, this. So I'm changing the password. For instance, I will choose Magento MySQL password to Magento 123.3.2.1, and I will type the command alter user root at localhost identified with MySQL native password by Magento 123.3.2.1. So this password I will use for the further creating username and passwords. So here I am going to secure my MySQL installation. So I will type sudo mysql _secure _installation command. It will ask couple of questions which I can follow along. Now we'll see how to create MySQL database for our Magento installation. Using a root username password is not a good idea. So we will also see how to create users. So to just log in using mysql-u-root-p, and then we'll use the password we set earlier. Now we have logged in to MySQL. To create a new database, we will type create database command, and then our database name. The database is created. Now we will create a new username. For creating a new username, we will type the following command. You type create user m2_user, which will be our new username, and then at localhost identify with the password. This is for this demonstration I'm going to use the same password as root password, but you can make sure to change it. And after that, we need to assign this user for the database which we had created. To do that, we need to type the following command. Grant all on the database name to all host and for our user. So this is how it can work, and after that we will flush the privilege. Next, we need to install Composer. Installing Composer is pretty simple. We just need to enter a couple of lines of code which I have mentioned in the description. You can download using curl, and then you can set up the installation directory like this. This is a composer.setup PHP file which is not needed, so we can remove it, and then we will test using composer-v command to make sure our Composer is installed successfully. The latest version of Magento also requires Elasticsearch service to be running in the system. To do that, we will go to Elasticsearch official website and navigate to the Debian package, because Ubuntu 22 requires a Debian package like this here, and we will navigate to download and install Debian package manually. We will copy the 2 lines of code and paste in our system. We'll go to other directory than Magento and paste the code. This is downloading the Elasticsearch 7.17. If you can't find this, I will put the link in the description so you can easily find this Elasticsearch version. Once this says OK, we can install the package like this. This will install Elasticsearch by creating everything in our system, and once this is installed, we can type the start. This is processing in the background, and here you go. I will write this command also. Okay, and we also need to make sure that Elasticsearch is start when the system gets started, so we will type this command as well. Alright, so this is how we can do that. Finally, we are going to take a look how to download and install the latest version of Magento. Before we get started, there are 2 versions of Magento. One is open source and another is enterprise, which is also known as Adobe Commerce. For this demonstration, I am going to cover the installation of Magento open source, but installation of Adobe Commerce will also be pretty much the same. We will copy and paste the command where we need to install Magento 2 and hit enter. It will ask for our Magento repository authentication keys, which we will enter. Now we will see how to run the setup install command. Before we do that, we need to make sure that our nginx service was loaded. Before that, we had created local website but haven't reloaded the configuration, so we can do that by typing nginx/t, and here we need to restart the nginx service. So we can type the following command: service nginx restart. This will restart the service and allow to reload the configuration. Okay, now we are ready to install run the setup install command. So we'll copy and paste this command and change the local website with URL, base URL with our Magento site, with our local site. So we can do that by checking out our what was our local website. So we can do that by going to nginx sites available directory, and then we will open the magento.conf file which we had created earlier. So we'll copy the value of our local website and paste it in the setup install command with the end with /, and then we can also replace the database credentials, the username was and password I have already created and written over there, so we can copy and paste it like this. So I'll also change the ID and password which is required to access the backend, and I will also change the Elasticsearch host to the local IP. And if you have multiple local installation, then you can also considering changing the index prefix of Elasticsearch. Of course, you are running in Windows, so make sure to add PHP before the command. So we'll copy and paste it on our terminal like this. We'll close this first and go back to our Magento directory and paste the command. So this is started the installation of all the tables in our database for all the modules we have. So it will take couple of minutes, and after finishing the installation, it will give us the Magento backend admin URI, which we can keep in the safe place. So now we will check out our verify the installation. So we will copy our base URL and paste in the browser. You can see it's running successfully, and we can also run the we can also access the admin panel. Let us see how we can do that. So we'll copy the Magento admin URI and paste it in our browser after the local domain. So while accessing it might give us some error, so we will see how we can fix that for the local installation. So let's log into the backend by adding admin username and password, which we had entered during the installation. So this is giving us the two-factor configuration error, which we can do that later, but for now we can disable for the development purpose. So we can go to Google and search for the module name. You can also find the disable module command anywhere. We can copy and run in our terminal. So here we go, and now we can refresh the admin panel. It will open the Magento dashboard. It will automatically redirect to the backend. Now that's it. We have successfully checked out how to install Magento 2 in Windows 11. To read more about the front-end development, you can subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you.